Hey guys, welcome to the video today. Stephen Howell here, and today we're going to be talking about how I find motivated seller leads to wholesale houses that make me over $10,000 per deal. So if that sounds exciting to you, definitely tune in. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet, but I've been getting a lot of messages, a lot of comments, and just people asking to talk more about how to find motivated seller leads. And so this is a topic that I'm super excited to share with you guys, and I want to make sure you stick around because I have a free resource, a free gift that alone, this gift, this resource has helped people to go out there and do their very first wholesale deal. So you want to stick around. This video should be somewhere in the ballpark of hopefully 10 minutes or so. I want to make sure to give this gift to you. So I'm going to, again, talk about, I've been getting so many questions about how to generate motivated seller leads. Because I know when I first started my business, that was a huge thing. How do I generate leads? And one of the things that I have been fortunate enough to do in my real estate investing career, and I was kind of taught this the right way, is to do larger spread real estate deals. And that's what, I'm going to talk about in a couple of future videos as far as what's the average wholesaling spread and how you can do larger deals. One of the ways to do a little bit larger deals is to target your marketing for specific lead sources that allow you to negotiate better deals. And there's more specific things that go into it than that, but it is one piece, and that's very important. So anyways, guys, before we dive into the topic and the content and stuff like that, I just want to say a couple things. Number one, I have opened the doors to my mentoring program. I open it periodically throughout the year, and I take a small handful of people under my wing, around a dozen people or so, and I mentor them for an entire year or their first 5 deals. So if you've yet to do a real estate deal, if you've yet to do a wholesale deal, or maybe you've been doing a few deals, but they're just not consistent, and you want a real person, not a coaching staff, but a person who is invested in your success, to talk to about every single piece of your business and every lead that you generate in your business, simply click the little icon above this video or one of the links in the description of this video and go over to StephenHowellMentoring.com, fill out a very short application. I review each and every answer that you put in there, so it's not like it goes to some computer system and nobody ever sees it. I actually read your answers, and then you and I hop on a call that's no pressure, it's completely free, for about 30 or 45 minutes and kind of discuss your business, where you're at right now, what's keeping you stuck, and even help put a free game plan together. And if we're a good fit for one another, there's a possible option for us to link up and to help you do your next 5 real estate deals. So I'm not going to give you some major sales pitch. I have more than enough people throughout the year interested in this, but it is something, as my valued subscriber, or if you're checking out this video at the time, go over to StephenHowellMentoring.com, make sure to apply, and then you and I can hop on a call and see how we can potentially work with one another. It's the most intensive and personal program, and I designed it to be that way. I hate all these big programs that just pump people through group coaching where you're outsourced to a 1-800 number. I know that happened to me, and that sucks. How I really learned this business is getting under the wing of a mentor and having someone help me there. Every little aspect of my business, every single lead, what's good about it, what's bad about it. Plus, you get all my marketing materials and all my hands-on training, and that way you don't have to go at this business alone. Which is one of the biggest and longest roads to success, is just trying to do it all yourself. And you can end up spinning your wheels for way, way too long. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say about that, but I have a few openings right now. At the time of this video, it's tax season. I know people that have been following me for a little while are kind of saving up. I have a few spots open right now, and they're going to go very quickly. So I just thought I'd put this out there. If you guys are interested, definitely go check that out. Number one, I'm going to hook you up with a free resource. Number 2, we're going to talk about the topic, but there's always a little bit more than we can cover in like a 10-minute video. So if you really want to dive deep on everything wholesaling and learn all the skills in wholesaling and a step-by-step game plan, but maybe the mentoring is something that's a little bit out of your price range or something you're not able to do, I have put together an extremely detailed ultimate wholesaling blueprint. It's my flagship course. and that is in the one of the links in the description, and that will really take the topic, what we talk about today, plus a million other things, and it's going to help eliminate a lot of the overwhelm and just have you focus on a couple things at a time to get you up and running and doing deals as fast as possible. Since I've opened the doors on that over the last few weeks, I've had a ton of people getting started in the blueprint. So again, I don't want to make this some big sales pitch, but I want to make you aware of the 2 ways that I can help you. Because I have people reaching out to me every day saying, Steven, I'm loving your videos, man, like the bandit signs videos. I've been just going through your channel and watching video after video, and I want more. These are the 2 ways that I can help you more, and so I just wanted to touch on that. So with all that housekeeping out of the way, let's get started. So anyways, if we could handcraft like the perfect lead, right? Let's just talk about a couple of the things that would entail. It would be an off-market lead, right? We don't want to be playing in the same pond as everyone else, like that are going after deals that are on the MLS. So if you're wondering, and comment below if this is something that maybe you've thought before or you've struggled with, because I know when I first got into real estate, I certainly did. And that was like, okay, if the market is hot, how in the world are people going to sell their property for 50% of the market value? Like, how are investors getting those deals? Like, is that even possible? Like, does that even make sense? Like, how is somebody going to take a $200,000 house and maybe like accept $120,000 for it? That just doesn't happen, right? And at the time of this video, the market's very hot, and you may be thinking like, how is that possible? Well, one of the ways it's possible is by dealing with off-market properties, maybe that aren't the perfect fit to be listed on the MLS, okay? So when you're thinking about, okay, in order to generate larger spread deals, in order to get my real estate investing and wholesaling business off the ground, I need to get leads coming in the door. And if you're not thinking that, my friend, you should be. That should be your only focus right now, is marketing to motivated sellers. They need to know that you exist. They need to know that your business exists, and they need to know that your solution that you provide exists. So you have to present your business and the solutions and things like that to the marketplace and spend all of your time marketing to motivated sellers. So just a couple of things that I'll mention about that is I believe in less is more. Rather than being a jack of all trades and just hopping from thing to thing and strategy to strategy like I did, it's so much more powerful for you to pick 1 to 3 lead generation strategies and literally just do those for the next 6 months and not waver, not one bit. Most people hop around because after a couple weeks of implementing, they're not quite getting the results that they want, and then they think it's the lead source that's broke, and they hop to a new lead source, and that cycle continues for years. So if we're crafting that perfect lead, it would be an off-market. It would be something that's, that nobody else knows about, because we don't want to be competing with the 1,000 other investors in your market, right? It's harder to stand out. So, if all the investors in your area, they know every single property that hits the auctions, that hits the MLS. There's thousands of eyeballs on those properties, almost giving you zero chance, right? So if you're only focusing on MLS stuff, that is mistake number 1. So we want to focus on things that are off market. So make sure you write that down and comment below if again, it's been one of those things where you've kind of hopped from strategy to strategy. And I want you to make a commitment that you're going to pick a couple of lead sources that resonate with you, and you're going to stick with those, and you're going to get really, really good at doing those things. And that's one of the ways you can stand out. So the next thing is that how frustrating, and again, comment below if you've ever had this happen where you're doing a lot of marketing in your real estate business, but that the house has just been fixed up already, and somebody's really motivated to sell, but the house is in great condition and they want full price. Is that frustrating or what? Yeah. So if we're crafting the perfect lead, we don't want to deal with properties that are perfectly fixed up and they want full price. Okay, so suffice to say, we would want a lead that has a lot of repairs that's necessary, or the property is just very dated in general. So that way, maybe it doesn't make the best fit to list it on the open market with a realtor. And maybe because it needs so many repairs, the seller who is in need of selling would want to take a cash price for it because they don't want to end up doing all the repairs themselves, because it's going to cost so much to update the property and all of that, right? So if we're crafting this perfect lead, we would want a lead that needs a lot of repairs to the house. We would also want one where there's not a lot of emotional attachment, right? Meaning like, they're not going through some extremely excruciating experience where, they've lived in the house for years and now they can no longer afford their mortgage and they're completely distraught over the situation. We want there to be a situation where, they're okay with selling and it's just a natural process, right? There's not this huge emotional attachment to the property that's gonna just make it some incredibly stressful situation, right? We would also want there to be a ton of equity. And my friend, if you're a little confused with the term equity, I don't want you to be ashamed of that. I know when I started in real estate and investing and stuff, I'm like, okay, what's this equity thing? So in the link above, the little icon above this video, I'll include a video I did breaking down what exactly equity is. But when you are in search of motivated seller leads, you want leads with a lot of equity. Comment below if you've ever had this happen where you're doing a lot of marketing and you get somebody calling you, emailing you that wants to sell so bad and they're doing all the right things, but when it gets down to it, they owe more than their house is worth, or they owe as much as their house is worth, and you can't really make a discounted offer that's going to allow you or one of your end buyers to profit on the deal. And so simply there's not really a way to piece the deal together traditionally to make things happen because they don't have enough equity. They owe too much on the house. If that has ever happened to you, trust me, I've been there and I know that can be very frustrating. So when we're thinking about, okay, what leads do we want to focus on? We want to focus on leads that have a lot of equity, right? That's a huge piece of this. And when we start checking these little boxes here, right, we start really honing in on the perfect lead source, and then that's where we put all of our attention. Now, with some of those boxes checked, let me just ask you, these things that you see on my screen here, let me know if these would be refreshing. What if there was a lead source out there that allowed you to be very budget friendly, meaning you don't have to send out 5,000 postcards or do, a $2,000 PPC campaign, or send thousands upon thousands of letters? What if you could do some decently small numbers and you could do something, a lead strategy that produced big results if you do it the right way, but you're only spending maybe $100 a month or so on that lead source and not thousands upon thousands. And you're not doing just a free strategy where you have to process 1,000 leads just to get one good lead. Because, at the end of the day, that might take you months and months and months. And by then, a lot of times, you're so discouraged because you're looking for that magic 1 in 1,000. We want something where the conversion rates are proven to be a little bit higher. So if that's refreshing for you, let me know below. And also, we would want something where there's not a ton of competition. Because one of the things that's really powerful in any business is when, a lot of times we want to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. When everybody's running in this direction, we need a lot of times to be moving in this direction. So if you're tired of competition, if you're tired of like fighting over the same leads and that type of thing, or you're nervous about that, then this part hopefully is refreshing as well, because again, we want to be going after, leads where there's a lot less resistance, there's the best bang for our buck, and there's a lot less competition. I mean, that would be great, right? If we're crafting our perfect lead here. And the other one, we would want a lead source, a lead strategy that doesn't take a lot of time, because if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that maybe you have a full-time job, that maybe you have kids or a husband or a wife or parents or something, a commitment to a local group or church or, activity. And you might not have, you might be building this as a part-time business, and you might have a full-time job. You might be working a lot of hours, grinding right now to make a change for your family's life and to grow. And ideally you'd want a lead, that you can work, a lead source, a clear strategy that doesn't take a ton of time, because we need to see some return on the time that we're spending. If we're just driving all around town or doing these different things that, maybe we get lucky with 1 in 1,000, that can be very defeating, right? And then we want something that's going to be very, very low risk. We're not risking a ton of our time, a ton of our money, or risking anything else, right? So we want these things. All right, guys, so you might be wondering, what is this lead source, Stephen? All of these things sound excellent. What in the heck is this? And if you've been following me for a while or subscribed to my channel here, you've been checking out some of my other videos, or maybe my one video that 3.5 years ago went viral, you may know the answer to this already. And my friend, you are probably right. It's probate real estate. Probate is inherited properties, probate investing. To this day, it's still the #1 lead source in my business. And I wanted to get your mind thinking in the right direction with this video. And to go above and beyond here, what I've put together is a probate bootcamp. And I've had people go through this and do their very first real estate deal. So this is just a free resource that I'm offering up to you, no strings attached. So if you'd like that, just head over to productivewisdom.com/bootcamp. And I've put together a 10-day bootcamp that kind of shares with you how to get probate going in your real estate investing and wholesaling business. So my friend, if you like this video, do me a favor. All I ask is if you claim the bootcamp, just smash the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel here, and leave me a comment below. And if you guys would really like me to go a little bit further on this topic, maybe, how I organize things, how I do different things, I'm open to doing something like that. I may end up doing a part 2 to this video, but I wanted to reveal to you the biggest lead source in my business. And in this culture that we live in, and I forgot to touch on this, we live in a culture that is just stockpiling student loan debt and credit card debt. So when someone inherits a property, inherits a house, and a lot of times these properties are free and clear, there's no emotional attachment, and they already have a house of their own, and they're like, okay, like the person who lived in this house, has lived in there for 30 years, it's very dated. A lot of times they're willing and open and willing to accept a cash price, and they're open for a quick sale, and they want to take that money because they want to pay off student loans, credit cards, their own mortgage, whatever the case is, medical bills. So this is a very vital lead source. It's a pillar to a lot of real estate investors, business, and they keep this kind of closely guarded to their chest because it's a powerful lead source that still is very, very untapped, and a lot of people don't do this lead strategy the right way. So, I work with people all over the country in real estate. I'm not a one-trick pony. This is not the only thing that I do, but it is a big pillar, right? And it's a fantastic lead source. So again, if you guys like this video, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, head over to productivewisdom.com/bootcamp, get that 10-day video bootcamp, very, very short, actionable action step videos. And if you guys would like an extensive training A to Z on wholesaling, simply click the link in the description and check out my ultimate wholesaling blueprint, because in that I go into an extreme amount of detail on every aspect of your wholesaling business. So anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next video. I have a ton of cool topics coming up I'm excited to share with you. Thanks for checking out this video. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.